Wake up!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Married to Film. I'm Ralph, and this is Shamanda. And right now, we're getting ready to check out episode 2 of season 4 of Better Call Saul. This one's called Breathe. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's go ahead and get into it now. You a mess. It's probably his doctors. Maybe this is Gus's people.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Wow. Trying to find out what his conditions are. Yep.
He's no longer in a coma, but he's unresponsive. His condition is stable. They're managing his blood pressure. But whether he will wake up and understand what's going on around him, there's no way of knowing.
That's unacceptable.
Gustavo,
Right.
he's getting very good care here. There's very little even the best hospitals could do. I can think of no better judgment on this man.
Wow.
Isn't this what he deserves?
Uh-oh. That's not...
I decide what he deserves. No one else.
This the daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Okay. Where's Nacho? He probably in there asleep.
Far from sleep.
So say, Joe.
Yeah, he still ain't talking to him though.
Hummels. Yes. Those were Alma's. She loved collecting the little things. God rest her soul.
Yeah, I knew the lady. Same way.
Mr. Neff, this is James McGill.
Oh, just Jimmy's fine.
Jimmy, pleasure. Come on down.
The time you spend looking for someone is time I could be out there working for you.
Uh-oh, watch
And
out.
sure, there are salesmen out there with way more experience than me. But what are the chances one of them's going to come walking through that door in the next week? And is it worth the wait? I can tell you this. None of them will have the connection to your machines that I do. None.
Oh man, they had to turn around right there.
Jimmy, welcome to the team.
Really?
Damn right.
Congrats. We'll get you set up with Audrey in HR, fill out your paperwork, and
What if we
hopefully
don't
you'll
accept it?
be all set by the end of the day.
That would be crazy. He goes through all
So
that
just like
nonsense.
that, huh? I just come in and do that little song and dance and I'm in.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
right. That's right. Are you out of your mind?
Oh, my God.
You don't know me. I just came in off the street. You guys are like a couple of cats. I
Oh,
give
my
you
God.
a shiny object around you, like, I want that. No due diligence, no background check. Yeah, I could be a serial killer. I could be a guy who pees in your coffee pot. I could be both.
So you're not taking the job?
No, I'm not taking the job.
Oh!
Suckers. I feel sorry for you.
I knew he wasn't going to take it. I had a feeling it was like, it was too something. He's not right in his head right now.
Looking for an explanation. You steal an employee's badge, waltz through my warehouse, interfere with operations, and strong-arm my facility manager.
I'm on your books as a security consultant. If I show my face in your warehouse, it makes for a better cover story.
You sit at home, and we pay you your own money. Doing what you did, the way you did it, raises the threat of exposure.
The way I see it, it lowers the threat. Like I said, now there's a face to the name that cashes the check.
Okay, listen.
If I asked you to reconsider,
I'd ask you to do the same.
at the moment, you have Gus Fring's respect. I want to keep that if I were you.
He's scared out of his mind, ain't he?
Dr. Dissett, this is Dr. Maureen Bruckner, just arrived this morning.
Nice to meet you. Hello.
Dr. Bruckner?
Dr. Bruckner's visiting from Johns Hopkins, and we're asking her to take the lead with some of the more severe cases in
Yes,
the ward,
they did.
including Mr. Salamanca.
Not here to step on any toes.
He's all yours.
Thank you.
He's all yours.
He's
Take it.
ready to get out of there.
Okay, well, I will let you get to it then. Let us know if there's anything you need, anything at all.
And they don't
Absolutely.
talk. They never
Thank
have.
you.
Yes.
It's me. Can we meet?
Now is not a good time.
I'm in town. I can easily meet wherever is convenient.
Assume this is a secure line.
I spoke with your security contractor. I explained the situation. Again, but he's going to keep doing what he's doing. What he's doing makes no sense.
Do his reasons matter?
They do if he's unreliable.
He is reliable.
So I'm just supposed to let him keep stealing my employees' badges. I don't know where he's going to turn up next, what disruption is going to cause, what mess I'm going to have to clean up. This isn't the last one I'm worrying about.
Okay,
Then I
on,
suggest you
come
give the
on.
man a badge.
Right.
Okay, come on. That'll solve all that.
Mm-hmm.
Vodka and Salamanca's man, Cologne. They came by in the afternoon. Nephews were in his room all day. Bruckner saw him 3 times, couple of specialists with her. They took him for a brain scan.
And?
It's everything, no change.
Yeah, you got people in there good.
He got doctor's records and everything. He is just violating HIPAA.
You want me back at the hospital?
Nah, man, you good.
No.
Kim, no, right on time. We were just finishing up Rebecca's side of things.
Hi, Rebecca. Howard suggested, and of course I agree, that it would be the right thing for Jimmy to go through whatever survived and take whatever he wants.
Jimmy doesn't want any of it.
I think the garage is pretty intact, except for some water damage.
He doesn't want it. Thank you.
As far as Jimmy's concerned, all that's left is for him to sign this agreement letter. Once that's done, we can disperse his share of the estate.
Let me guess. 4,000?
5.
It's what you give when you want to cut someone out of a will but not have it contested.
Right.
Just enough money to show the recipient wasn't forgotten.
Right.
What else?
Chuck left Jimmy a personal letter. His eyes only.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking when you came to Jimmy on the day of his brother's funeral and laid that shit on him? That Chuck killed himself?
I thought I owed it to Jimmy to tell him.
Owed it to him. Did you owe it to Rebecca? That Chuck intentionally set himself on fire? I guess you just saved that one for Jimmy.
Kim, I didn't do it to hurt Jimmy.
No, you did it to make yourself feel better.
That's
To
not
make
what I was
yourself
trying to do.
feel better by unloading your guilt. Who cares what it does to Jimmy, right? As long as Howard Hamlin is okay.
Kim, I don't think that's fair.
Fair? Let's talk about fair.
Woo!
Hey, let's let Jimmy dig around the fire-damaged wreck where
Yes!
his brother died screaming.
Yes!
And then let's let him pick up a keepsake or two. That is so... Oh, what's
Wow,
this, too?
Phil.
Huh, Howard? What's in this? One last screw you, little brother, from beyond the grave? Am I really supposed to do this to him?
Wow.
Kim, what can I do to make it better?
You can't.
Nothing.
Wow, right, yeah.
There is nothing you can do. Just stay away.
Kudos to you.
Oh my God, yes.
Kudos to Kim.
Oh my God, yes.
Wow.
Oh, the rare commodity that collectible. Oh, what, $8,000?
And he said it was trash.
No.
I'm talking about the guy in the store. Man at the copier place. He said he should have thrown him out or something like that.
I don't know if he's. You know what? I don't know if he said that or not.
I'm not available at the moment. Leave a message.
Hey, it's me. Listen, I got something for you. It's a job. I think you're really gonna like this. So, call me.
Yeah, I want no sidebar. He making $10,000 a week.
Mm-hmm.
It is 10,000, right? A week. For a year.
6 keys is what the boss would want. You gonna back me up or what?
Yeah.
That's how you do it. We had them pissing their pants.
Nope. That's Gus!
Ooh!
Oh my God!
I know what you've done.
Whoa!
Oh!
The Salamancas. They do not.
Whoa!
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
Look at me. From now on,
You work for me.
you are mine.
Whoa! He just walk away like it was nothing.
Like a pimp.
Oh my God. Gus ain't stupid.
Nope.
He knew the night it happened.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Them antennas be out.
Oh my God.
And he be listening and hearing everything.
That was so good.
He senses things. He knows things. He's like, hold on, something ain't right. Yeah.
He did it himself.
He was just too calm. He did it himself. I've never seen... We've only seen him do something maybe once or twice.
Maybe.
And that was just poisoning the people at the pool in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Which was the cartel.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're gonna get back on that.
It's a whole bunch of stuff that went down.
It's always a lot of stuff that goes down in these episodes. However, I want to speak on the Kim thing.
Go ahead.
The way that she...
That was a great performance, man.
Went off on Howard.
That was great.
You can feel it. As if she has a lot of respect for Howard, but her love for Jimmy is overwhelming. It's more powerful than her respect for him. And rightfully so. The way he was like, yeah, he can just go through the garage is still intact. Pretty much still intact. He can go through it and see if there's anything that he wants to keep in there. And when he said it, it struck a nerve. So for her to touch on that part of what he said, I felt that. I felt that. And I was like rooting for her all the way. No, she didn't tell Jimmy that she was going. She just asked him if he was going to the meeting. And I was like, meeting? I was like, oh, for the will. And she went off on him about two things. About that part and about him just coming over and just dumping the whole thing of him killing himself in front of Jimmy.
Yeah,
the day of the funeral.
The same thing. Yep.
The day of the funeral. She said, so you just saved that part for Jimmy. Why? You just dumped all your guilt. And what's funny is that he did. He dumped all his guilt on Jimmy. And Jimmy was relieved. Like he was down for like a few days.
Oh yeah, he was down.
He was down. He felt like it was, well, he didn't say it was his fault. He didn't feel like it was his fault. He never vocalized that he thought that it was his fault, Jimmy. But when Howard mentioned the insurance, Jimmy's face was like, what? He was like, oh no, I did that. But he was like, oh well. When Howard said it was his fault, that he felt it was his fault, he was like, okay. Anybody want something to drink? You want coffee? Wine? Spirits?
Right.
Whatever. Mike and Gus, we know that they're going to end up working together, hence Breaking Bad. But the beginning of their relationship is, I'm not going to say it's tested or tense or anything like that, but he met with the young lady who owns the, I forgot her name.
Madrigal is the name of the place. I can't remember her name right now.
I can't remember her name.
I want to say Julie or something like that, but I don't know.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But he met with her. She called a meeting. She was like, listen, you cannot be stealing badges and going in here. He said, I'm a security consultant. Y'all had a couple of mishaps in there, and I was just trying to correct that. I was doing my job. She said, all you got to do is sit. You ain't got to do nothing and just earn your money. He was like, okay, whatever. See, she calls Gus, and Gus was like, just give him a badge. I hung up the phone. Just give him a badge. Oh my gosh, Gus. Oh, and then Jimmy goes to an interview, gives the pitch of him wanting the job, blah, blah, blah. They say, okay, well, we're going to get back with you in about a week. He walks away. He comes back. He gives him another pitch. He says, you know what? Within that week that you're looking for somebody else, I could be in here making money for you guys. Just go ahead and choose me. They turn around, turn around, okay. welcome to the team. He was like, just like that, you're a bunch of cats. He was like, why would you do that? He said, I could be a serial killer. I could be someone who pees in your coffee. He was like, you don't even know me. He said, but whatever. He was like, good luck in your job search. And he was like, whatever. He walked out the door. That was weird. But I knew he was going to do it. I knew he was going to do it. I was like, he's not going to take it. He literally like shook their hands and said, that's just it.
Gus had somebody from Johns Hopkins come through. Look here. He knows all about everything. Everything. Man, Gus is cold.
Gus has a doctor on his payroll.
Right.
A thug doctor. I guess he went to medical school. He got to have somebody. He was in there doing reflex checks.
Right.
Rubbing the pen up against his feet.
Right.
To see if he has any reaction. The little, reflex.
Mm-hmm.
Checking his eyes. They all in the dark. He had a flashlight. Y'all in the dark. Somebody was walking past. They was like, apes. But the cockiness of the ponytail boy got himself killed.
Mm-hmm. Man, that was good. That was so good. Gus said, you are mine.
I thought he was going to say something else. I was not expecting him to say, you are mine. The Salamancas. He said, I know what you did. The Salamancas do not.
Right.
From here on out, you are mine. And he walks away like a pimp.
Right.
With the guy's guns drawn. The dude was like, you don't want to do this. Nacho was like, you want to do this? Black guy was like, go ahead and give him the key.
Yeah.
He reached.
I mean, they had it all set up because they didn't even really hit Nacho like that hard and like that. They pretty much just kicked his leg to make him go down to the ground. That was it.
Yeah, they did.
They pretty much left him alone.
Yeah.
But the other dude.
And it's not like they beat him up. They just put the bag over him, zip tied his legs and arms.
Yeah.
Pushed him to the ground. I mean, you can't get up. You could try to bite the bag or something. I don't know. That's just a situation that I don't even want to be in to try to figure out if I can get out of. Okay, hello?
Right.
That was amazing.
Oh, and Kim didn't even tell Jimmy about the money or the letter from Chuck.
She hid it. He's going to find it, but I don't hope he doesn't find it anytime soon.
One last I hate you, Jimmy letter.
That's what she said. She said, from the grave.
Right.
What are you doing to him? He said, what can I do to fix it? Nothing. You can do absolutely nothing. You stand here in your perfect posture.
Right.
In your suit. And you do nothing. That was messed up though. How was he going to tell? And then to be on a board of what was it?
Some scholarship
for
children.
Scholarship.
Yeah.
That was probably in his name.
Yeah.
He was like, she said, what in the world is this? That if he was alive, he would not have had Jimmy on the board. Mm-hmm. So y'all just drew up some stuff to make it seem like, and they only gave him the minimum amount of money to make it seem like they did not forget him. Mm-hmm. She said, what is this, $4,000? He was like, $5,000. That's messed up. Mm-hmm. So now that I know that's a minimum of amount, so that we won't be forgotten in a will, 5 G's. That's a nice settlement.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys thought of that one. That was
they
good.
left her the house, but it's burnt, so
right.
she can't get the house because it ain't nothing there. But they about to liquefy it. Okay, go ahead.
We'll see y'all next time. Love y'all.
Love you guys. Bye.
Hey, wake up.